David, it would be great to hear from you. What are maybe some practical things that you could suggest for pastors when they have maybe more time in their schedule that they normally might?
Yeah, Steve, it's great being with you. I think about this in terms of just the need, the necessity, the cry that our soul and our body, our emotions have some replenishing rhythms. And most of us really don't have those on any systematic, basis. And so to me, they're just several simple shifts that, have to do with these kinds of replenishing rhythms. But I think, first of all, the first shift for most of us really begins with no matter what time of year we're in, is we just need to wake up to what our own pace is actually about,
Hmm.
for us to have an honest assessment around. So do I have healthy replenishing rhythms, going on in my life? And I think I've always the verse of scripture I've always chased all of my life. It's been like an elusive chase. Has been over in Matthew 11, where I love the message translation of where Jesus says, "Are you tired? Are you burnt out in religion? Come to me, get away with me, and you'll recover your life, and I'll show you how to take a real rest." And he says, "Walk with me, work with me, watch how I do it, learn the unforced rhythms of grace." And I used to think, Jesus, you're a lying dog, because he goes on and he talks about his burden is easy, his load is light. And I'm like, wait a minute, that's not
Right.
the load that I carry. And I used to years ago blame God and other people in my life for that load. Little did I know how much of it I had actually put on myself.
Hmm.
But I spent the first number of years of my life having an arrogance of capacity related to how much I could carry and how long I could carry it. I think I watched one too many episodes of Superman when I was growing up as a little kid. And I considered myself to be kind of a spiritual Superman. And between the projection of myself, the me I wanted to be, versus the me others that wanted me to be, um, I just I lost sight of really what my body was really capable of. I remember years ago there was a book that came out, and a guy, I think it's Tim Hansel, wrote it. It's called "When I Relax, I Feel Guilty." And I must have been the first person probably to buy that book because I thought, wait a minute, that's me. When I relax, I feel guilty. And I think the first number of years of my leadership life, I felt guilty whenever I would take a day off, when I would take a break, when I would have any type of vacation, and I wouldn't want people to know about it.
Yeah.
And then many years later, I kind of moved into a second chapter of my leadership life when it comes to all of this. I would relax and I would take breaks. I would take longer breaks, but I wouldn't want anyone to know about it. So when I relaxed, I didn't feel guilty, but I didn't want Steve Finkel or anyone else in my church to know about it, lest you
Yeah.
thought I was lazy.
Right.
And then I entered a third phase, and this is probably back about 15 years ago, where, now when I would relax, I would not only not feel guilty, I would tell you about it. I would let you know about it,
Yeah.
because I wanted to become more of a living example to other people of the necessity of taking a break, just like Jesus did.